Hey everybody, this is Yannick Collins and welcome back to Oz Living. Now we're here in Singapore for the Token 2049. As you can see, we have an amazing view and a beautiful lady beside me, which is Jess Houlgrave. She is the head of crypto strategy for checkout.com. So Jess, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me. It's amazing to be here. Just like the atmosphere here is incredible right now.
It's so excellent to have you, Jess. And now to start off, tell us all about checkout.com and what it's doing.
Thanks. So checkout.com is a global payments provider. We provide fiat payments for many of the world's leading e-commerce businesses, but we also use that same technology to provide fiat processing capabilities for the crypto industry. So you can imagine if a consumer goes on to a crypto exchange or an NFT marketplace and wants to buy something with their card instead of pure crypto, we can provide that technology to the platform. So we've been doing that since about 2018. Wow. Today we process for 12 of the top 15 exchanges and a whole bunch of others. And so being here is really exciting for us to spend time with our merchants and prospective merchants. And also we're starting to build a little bit more in the crypto space as well. So it's fun.
I love it. I love hearing all of that. And when it comes to the company's growth, what is your area of focus and how do you position yourself well in the market during this crypto winter, I would say?
So I think crypto winter is a really interesting time for crypto companies. Obviously a challenging one, but it gives you this moment to breathe, which is to say that everybody's been so focused on growth for the last little while, which is obviously really important. But what we're seeing now is clients sort of taking the time to think about their tech stack, making sure that they've got the right partners in place. And so from the payments perspective, that's more important than ever, right? A good payments provider makes sure that you can optimize your revenue. You don't get false declines, you're not turning away customers or giving them a bad experience. So now is actually a great time for companies to think about having the right payments partner in place who can then help give them that user experience and also the ability to grow later. So I think it's a really interesting time to be a tech company, a crypto company, to as you think about those payments. And then in terms of where our focus is, it's obviously just in continuing to support the industry, but also continuing to think about how crypto as a whole is going to impact the broader payments space. So when we think about our traditional merchants, the Web 2 companies, the e-commerce companies, the media companies, we're really starting to also develop product strategies that we think can help them and their consumers too.
I love it. I love it. And now when it comes to your, when we look at sustainability, what is your biggest contribution to the sustainability in this space?
So at checkout.com, we have had a kind of long-standing commitment to impact. And what that means is that as a company, we offset all our carbon emissions. So if you're using us as a payments provider, you know that you're basically using a carbon neutral company, which is really, I think, important for the customers that we work with. I think the other thing, obviously, as this space evolves, we're seeing a lot more attention placed on the fact that blockchains themselves are sustainable. The Ethereum merge has obviously contributed a lot to that. As a company, we're pretty agnostic. So if with a merchant, we let them choose the kinds of assets that they want us to settle in. But really, I think what we're trying to do as a company is make sure that we can sit at that intersection of doing well as a company, but also doing good and making sure that we're having minimal impact on the environment and supporting the communities that we work in.
Yeah, and I totally agree that being agnostic in the space that really gives you leverage to be able to attend on different kinds of companies and industries as well. And so now you're here at Token 2049. Tell us about your experience and also what potential do you see that the ASEAN market holds?
So I think being here for us is really important. We have a team on the ground here in Singapore, a big checkout.com team, but specifically in the crypto space, we have 4 or 5 team members who are permanently based here in Singapore. And we have team members in Hong Kong and many other places in APAC. So a really important market for us. A lot of us have also flown in for the event, which is great. It means that we can see a lot of our customers, see a lot of new customers, which is really exciting for us. I think that what I've noticed since I've been here is the the energy. Like there's just a lot of excitement, which is really nice to see, because despite the fact that we're in this crypto winter, there's a lot of positivity about the technology developments. And so I think that that's just, it's really nice to kind of embrace that when you travel to a new place. I've also been really interested to see the amount of focus on gaming and GameFi, because we know that that's a really big kind of opportunity for the crypto space. And certainly here I'm getting big GameFi vibes, which is cool. And then obviously also just a lot of focus on the NFT space too. And I think that's kind of how I started my personal crypto journey as well. And so I'm really interested to see how that space is evolving, how it's really engaging new users into the crypto space as a sort of like gateway to then learn more about other things like DeFi and stuff. So just a lot going on, a lot to digest, and some great people to meet.
Well, Jess, you're so inspiring to talk to. Thank you so much for talking to me today, and keep spreading the love and energy.
Thank you so much for having me.